Greetings gamers, welcome back one and all to our Italiano job with FC Venezia FC, good old Venice in Italy, and we're doing pretty good, guys. If you've obviously been watching the series so far, then thank you very much, and I hope you are enjoying it. If you've got any questions, please drop them down below. I think we'll do like a bit of a question of the day today, and we'll go with basically, who are you managing right now? Let me know, have you got any interesting sort of maybe build them up sort of saves going on, or are you managing like a big team or whatever, but just let me know kind of who are you managing basically. I'd be really intrigued to know who everyone is managing. Now, without further ado, let's get into the tactic, because I want to have a quick look at our attacking force. So we've been reviewing, you know, a lot of our squad over these first few episodes, just to let you guys kind of see some of the players and get a little bit more involved with it. So far we've looked at the goalkeeper and defence, we looked at the midfield kind of central area. We're now going to look at those wide players and strikers, starting with Aramu. Really don't know about that one, but yeah, he's been a really solid player for us so far. 10 appearances, 5 goals, 3 assists, 7.78 average rating. He's worth 1.3 million. He's on a decent contract. He actually had a new contract recently. He were only on like 800 quid a week. He's been bumped up. But yeah, a really solid player. Can play in a few roles, and obviously can play that inside forward role for us quite nicely. He's very strong on his left foot. He has been around a little bit with Torino, Provicelli, who are in our division, Entella, Siena, and us. And he did alright, to be honest, last year in Serie B. So kind of promising that we've got a player that can cut it in the league above. Frederani, we obviously brought in ourselves this summer. He, again, been around a little bit, Roma, and a few clubs, as you can see in there, including Parma and so on. Last year for San Benedetto, yeah, them, in Serie C, he did alright, on loan from Parma, I imagine. But yeah, he did alright, 6.93. He's doing better for us so far this year with 2 goals, 2 assists, 1 player match, 7.22 average rating. But yeah, been pretty solid. Longo is our main man up front, and, you know, he infuriates me a lot of times. You probably might have seen it in some of the highlights where I've been like, oh God, Longo. But then so is kind of all the other strikers. He just seems to be a little bit of a potential weakness with his tactic. He's just getting more goals from the strikers, but he hasn't been like awful. He's got 3 goals in 9 appearances, 1 penalty but missed. That was kind of on the opening day, I think. But yeah, he's a decent striker, worth quite a bit of money. So at the very least, I think we'll be able to sell this guy on for a nice little profit. And I am going to try and sell someone on. I'm not sure who, but it might be a striker, you know, in January, just to bump the coffers up, give us a little bit extra money to go after some of these regens that are obviously scouting, and yeah, just try and bring some better players in and balance the books as well at the same time. In terms of his history, he's been, again, around quite a lot, including Inter Milan, but basically he just kind of got loaned out here, there, and everywhere. And last year he was in Serie B, and he got 8 goals, 32 for us, so, you know, he wasn't awful, but, you know, he's already kind of on a better return than that. We'll see how he gets on. But yeah, that's kind of our main attackers. If we look at some of the backup guys that are playing, Harvey St. Clair, he's been kind of a decent rotation option. Got a goal in 1 start, 3 sub appearances. You know, not too bad, but he literally is just backup. He will not last with us to Serie B when we make it there. We've also got Monticello, who is kind of a striker, right, kind of inside forward cover. Very decent, 1.9 million. His contract ends at the end of the season. So, I know he's on loan. That was it. Yeah, I was like, hang on, I didn't remember him expiring. But yeah, he's on loan for nothing. I don't think his actual contract ends. No, it doesn't. But we might potentially bring this guy back if we can get him for free again, because he's a decent cover. Candelone, he's a player I signed for free in the summer. He's got decent stats, not worth a ton of money. He's not played a lot of games either. He's mostly been a sub, but I think he's solid. We'll see how he gets on. He might get a few more starts if Longo is a little bit hit and miss. But generally, Longo's backup has been Capello, who has had a bit of an injury recently. But again, he's not been anything spectacular, and he's just a decent sort of striking option, and he can cover at that AMC role as well. But that's kind of our main players in those areas. Obviously, we do have the youngster Limbombe, who I will try and recall in January and sort of start challenging on this right-hand side. So that might then mean that, say, Monticello could be just an out-and-out backup, striker, and that would mean that maybe Candelone or Capello could be sold on for a bit of profit. And I would be probably looking at Capello just because he's worth a little bit more money. But yeah, that's kind of a review of those guys. In terms of finances, just because I mentioned it earlier, obviously, yeah, still predicted to be losing a lot of money, and sort of we are losing about 300-ish thousand a month, so it isn't great. Hopefully, we can get promoted this year, and hopefully there's more money in the Serie B division to try to balance the books, basically, and maybe some more sponsorships or something. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, you got to remember, I culled a lot of money out of the club over the sort of summer, and there was, a few players I kind of got rid of, and I think this was a lot lower, so we would be losing a hell of a lot more money if I'd spent all the wage budget. And that's kind of why I do like to manage the books. I'm very much, I like to try and have good finances, so very weird in that respect. But yeah, definitely had to be done, otherwise we'd be in even worse financial trouble. But yeah, let's get into it, guys. So this game that we're playing straight away, our first game of today's episode, is against Jesus, how do you say that? Arzignano Valchampo. Yeah, we'll go with it. AV. Good old AV. They are 14th in the league, so hopefully we'll get a decent result here. This is the squad we're going to go with, so let's get into it. Come on, boys. We're 1-0 up, and just before half-time, it's kind of been a quiet performance so far. Like, we're doing well on the stats, but not tons of highlights. And this was kind of a free kick in, back post, keeper gets hands to it, but Fedrani at the near post tucks it in and makes it 1-0. Well, this ain't looking good. We've given away a penalty kick from a corner there. Not ideal, not sure stepping up for them. Nigelia steps up, tucks it away, makes it 1-1. Not ideal from us. It's back level, pegging again. Good old F-Can and his free kicks, man. He's made it 2-1 here from the free kick. 7th goal of the season for F-Can, and just a really good, solid free kick goal there. They are down to 10 men. They had a man sent off about 10-15 minutes ago in-game, and we are currently going strikerless, as you can see there. I'm just trying it out to see what happens. Oh, and just as I finished talking there, we had another highlight, and it's Fiordilino with the free kick on this other side, but it takes a wicked deflection off Lucas May in sort of middle of the goal there, and just goes in, keeper completely off guard, and it's 3-1. So that was the final result, 3-1 to Venezia. I did push Capella back up as a deep lane forward, just trying out some things with that striker role, just to see how it impacts the game. I didn't see much, to be honest, because the goals kind of were from set pieces, so not much I can take away from that. But yeah, we'll try it again maybe in a future match. Just seeing if I can do something to maybe get a little bit extra out of that striker role, because I feel pretty happy that I'm in there inside forwards, even though they're not my preferred roles, and not massive one for wingers. They are reasonably getting involved and doing things. It just seems to be the striker and the AMC seem to be the two kind of roles in this formation where I'm just a little bit unsure. It might be a case of maybe two strikers is better, or maybe I don't know really. But let me know your thoughts if you've got any ideas in the comments. But yeah, that's kind of the little area of this tactic I'm just a little bit, not quite 100% happy with it. But we'll see how things go. 3-1 win. On we go. Here we are for our second game of today's episode against Carrarasi, who are also kind of mid-table, 12th. So hopefully, again, decent kind of performance. Maybe get a win and keep pushing on for that title. I am going to try, I'm kind of using some of these games where they are mid to low table because I feel like we should have enough quality. We've already shown we're kind of the best team in the league anyway. The main ones are going to be that top half. They're the ones I've really, really got to take serious. I mean, all games can be difficult, but I just feel like we can just sort of experiment a little bit in some of these games, and that's what I'm going with here. Now, one of the tactics I set up was kind of a 4-4-2 variant. Basically, everything back here stays the same. they stay the same, he stays the same, and then basically we get a deep lane forward rather than the AMC, and then the inside forwards drop back to wingers, to sort of conventional wingers. Just want to see how this compares with the kind of 4-2-3-1. I just want to compare the two side by side basically, and just see what we get from here. So Ferdrani did pick up a slight knock, so St. Clair is covering for him, and Longo's going to become our deep lane forward, with Monticello being the advanced forward there. So, in case you didn't notice, Pommy, our 39-year-old goalkeeper, is currently in the sticks because our main guy did pick up a knock. He is better today, but he's only just sort of returned. Even though his goalkeepers and they're generally alright to go straight back in, I'm going to give the good old 39-year-old another game in the goal. So let's get into it. Come on, boys. I had to take a pause there because I wasn't sure if this was onside, but nice little breakaway. Harvey St. Clair running with the ball down the left-hand side. What I've seen early doors, because we've had a few early opportunities, is that the wingers just love getting forwards. They are great, but they do seem to be quite selfish at the minute, so it might be something I have to look at there, just see if there's what we can tweak. But he puts that ball in, Monticello gets a touch, we're 1-0 up. It makes it 2-0. Longo, Samuel Longo, with a really nice headed goal in the sort of quite near post sort of area there. Nice little bit of build-up play. Threads it through to the overlapping fullback Fjord Delisto, and there's Longo. Just picks it off, picks the corner just beautifully, to be honest. Makes it 2-0. Happy days. Beautiful goal, this one. Absolutely beautiful goal just before the end of the game. To be honest, we're kind of past to where the end should be. But nice little threaded through ball. Again, I've tweaked the tactic. We're now kind of doing a 4-3, 2 wide, 1 up top. And Mala sitting in that advanced playmaker role in the central 3. Great ball through to Longo, who applies the finish. Second of the game for him. And 3-0. And that'll probably see us out, I imagine, in this game. It's been quite a solid result, to be honest. And it's allowed me a little bit of opportunity to try. I think I've tried about 3 tactics over this game. And, yeah, we've been all right, to be honest. And just waiting for that final whistle as they actually score. Okay, 3-1. I mean, we probably switched off a little bit, I suppose, at the end. I mean, you've seen the goal there, so I'm not going to replay that anymore. But, yeah, that is the final result. 3-1. Not quite as good as a 3-0, but we'll still take it. It keeps us top. And, yeah, I mean, still food for thought. I can definitely see loads of chance creation. Possession very even. With the other tactic, he definitely dominated possession a lot more with the normal 4-2-3-1, and that's how you can see how we finished up there. And it did kind of work for that goal. So that is another tactic that I'm thinking. Let me know your thoughts down below. What kind of maybe tweaks you'd make? What kind of things you think work best? But I'm just having a little play with it. I definitely want to try some form of wingers. That's for sure. And we have picked up a really sweet regen, so I've definitely got to have wingers to use him. But the rest of it, I'm quite open at the minute. Here we are for game day number 3 against Albino Leffe, who are 7th in the league. So toughest test of today's episode. And as you'd expect for the toughest test, we are missing both our first choice centre-backs. They are both suspended, Modolo and May. I did not notice that coming. So we have got Di Marino, who is kind of one of our youngsters who are called up this season from the academy. Obviously came and joined us, didn't play a lot last year or anything. He's alright, but yeah, I don't know how these two are going to face together. Obviously not really played together or anything, but we then also got David Riccardi, who is on loan, and he's got decent stuff about him, but yeah, we'll see how they get on. Otherwise, not much of a change. I have made a slight tactical change that I'm going to try out in this game, and that is playing our original tactic, but with an advanced playmaker attack rather than the attacking midfielder attack. So we'll see how it goes. Come on, boys. 1-0 up there. Nice little bit of build-up play. I was worried for a minute because Davide, our centre-back, was kind of charging down the left-hand flank. You might just see it here, there, Riccardi. But luckily for us, he does cut it back to Dell'Orco, who is back in the squad after his injury. I forgot to mention it earlier. But a nice little whip cross to the back post. And there's Aramu with a nice cheeky header. And we're 1-0 up, guys. I don't normally come back for these in-between bits, but I've just spotted something that I just had to point out to you guys. But how white does that player look? He literally looks like he's been embalmed. Is this player dead? I think we need to send on, obviously we need to mask him up first, but we then need to send on some sort of physio person to check on this Bocic guy, because he looks dead to me. Oh, what a beautiful goal. Efkan is just so lethal from free kicks. It's incredible to have a player this good from free kicks. Just look at this. A beautiful strike right into pretty much top corner there. Top corner bins from FCAN, and that's his 9th or 8th of the season, I think it was. Beautiful stuff. So there we go, 2-0, not majorly tested luckily, so our defence has held up well. To be honest, they didn't actually play it right. You can see there, Mariano and Riccardi, 7.0 and 7.2 respectively. To be honest, they had quite good games, so I can't be too harsh on them. 26 shots, 11 on target, 59% possession. I did try a few things. You can see we ended up with a strikerless tactic again at the end. Just one thing I was noticing is, because I tried the 4-4-2 for a little bit, not much happened, and like I said, I am still tweaking with things because I want to try and get this sort of nailed on and solid for us getting into Serie B. That's kind of the way we need to sort of just bed our roots and have our tactic. And, you know, it kind of needs to include wingers, so we are limited, you know, I can't really do like what they're doing there, although I would be tempted by a 5-3-2. But one thing I'm noticing, and just let me know if you find the same, but with the 4-2-3-1, I'm just seeing a lot of balls, let's say Federani is running down here and he crosses it over, and then Aramu's on the end. These two just don't really seem to be majorly involved, even when they're a striker combination. So 4-4-2, even though they're a 4-4-2, and when they're a 4-2-3-1 and the sort of the two attacking mid and striker are involved, they still seem to be finding each other more than getting the strikers involved. And I just feel like if that's the case, maybe it's better having the guys tucked in more in here. I don't know, I'm just tweaking with things, guys. I'm just tweaking and playing with it and seeing what comes out at the other end. So we're here back for our 4th game of the episode, and it's against Pistuice. Answer on a postcard for that one again. But yeah, they're 13th in the league, so hopefully another one we can try and pick up some points. And I am, again, of course, trying something a little bit new. But basically, this is one I've tried in a few times, kind of midway into games. I'm going to start off trying this today. And yeah, so you can kind of see what's going on here. Both our centre-backs are now unsuspended, so they are back straight in the team. A few injuries have occurred, including Moncello, which I didn't even notice. So that must have just happened. But yeah, Serra, Lolo, who I was going to bring in, I was basically going to put Fiordelio as a dealing playmaker, FCAN into attacking mid, and bring Lolo in, but then he went and got injured, which is really, really frustrating. He's going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks. Serena, who we don't really use much, he's 2 to 4 weeks as well. Vaca has got a small injury for a couple of days, so he can stay on the bench. And Moncello is up to 3 weeks, which is brilliant. The old goalkeeper is out, and Lazzarini is back in again. Even though he's got a fitness test, he should be fine being a goalkeeper. So Capello and Mala will be our sort of makeshift offensive setup. But we'll see how it goes. You know, if it's complete garbage, then I think we'll bin this off as an idea. Oh, this was just how would you even explain it? I think you just have to watch this for yourselves, guys. It was a bit of a calamitous goal where we should have scored. I mean, look at this. He plays out from the back, dangerous stuff. Mala, good pressing, gets it, should finish this, hits the post. They go to clear it, trips, Mala slides in and scores. No idea, guys. Well, that makes it 2. Another goal for Mala, this time a little bit more conventional than the first. Decent sort of throwing opportunity that developed into a kind of pass, not really a cross, to be honest. You can see here that Dell'Orco into Frediani, back to Dell'Orco, and then it just sort of opens up for him to run into, and it then picks out Mala open, absolutely open in the middle, and makes it 2-0. And this one, guys, is a corner kick from Lucas May's 5th goal of the season. Oh, I put him 4. 5 hands. Not 5 hands, 5 fingers. Jesus Christ. Yeah, 5th goal of the season, Lucas May, corner kick, nice ball played in from Fiordelino, and there he is to make it 3. Jesus, I can't talk. Poor defending from us there, really cut us open. They have, to be honest, had a couple of decent opportunities that, you know, I was kind of thinking like better opposition, better players, better finishers. They could have easily potentially gone ahead, to be honest, in this game, but they just cut us open there. Goalkeeper goes down pretty early and makes it 3-1. Come on, boys. We've made it 4-1 here. Alessandro Capello's first goal. I'm not sure if it's for the club or just first goal of the season. I can't remember if he was with us last year or not. But yeah, first goal nonetheless of the season. Nice little ding ball from F-Can, gets cleared. But there's Fiordalino who knocks it straight through to Capello, and we go 4-1 up. I have tweaked the tactic again. For the second half, we are playing, as you can see there, 4-3-2-1 or 4-3-3 wide, you can sort of say, as they have an opportunity, which luckily for us is saved. But yeah, 4-1 up, great to see. Well, that's game, set, match for the PSG game, and you can see by the attempts there, 21, 9 on target, 55% possession. You know, it was a decent game, decent performance, and a 4-1 victory, but they definitely challenged us, and I'd probably say one of the trickiest games we've had in terms of opposition chances. A lot of them, we seem to dominate quite well. The Provicerli, which was kind of our only defeat, even then, we had quite a lot of the chances in that game, I would say, personally. But in this one, yeah, they got through a few times, especially first half. There was a few opportunities that they missed or that were saved where I was kind of thinking better opposition definitely could have scored there. So, tough game, but we've got through it nonetheless. So here we are then for the cup game. So this is the Serie C Cup, so the cup for the lower division teams. We are playing against one of our rivals though in Vicenza. So it could be an interesting, tasty affair potentially. And we're going to go with the tactic that sort of saw us out in the last game. Again, I'm tweaking with it. But like I say, I kind of just want to go through lots of different variations. Try and weed out the ones I do like, I don't like, and then settle on the exact one. So I'm just trying this one out. And then we'll, for the full game, not going to tweak this one at all. We're going to go full game, one like this. Come what may, because especially it's a cup game. And then we'll sort of see if this is kind of on the list or not. But in terms of any changes, main one being that Longo is back in up top. Capello did all right, but I'm going to go with Longo today. Lekovic is going to come in for Deliso, who is just a little bit tired, so I just want to give him a little bit of a rest. I'm just trying to rest the odd player here and there in games, just because lately it's kind of been quite sort of every 3-4 days we've had games. So I'm just trying to kind of keep the guys fresh wherever possible. So, let's get started. Harvey St. Clair with the goal there for us. Come on, boys. It's taken far too long in this game. I mean, to be honest, you would have seen it, so we'll cut it out, but there was a beautiful goal we scored earlier that was marked off as offside. It was like literally just pass and move. It was amazing. I was so good. I was literally distraught when that was marked offside.
Nope.
But this is a decent goal, and hopefully it might be enough to see us out here. We've only got the last couple of minutes to go. There is a highlight here. We'll sort of see this game out, I think. We'll have a longer highlight because we haven't really had anything to show you of this game so far. But yeah, it's been a bit biddy. Not lots of highlights. The ones there have been, a few shots saved, and just, yeah. I don't know, it's a tough one to really judge how the tactics performed, but St. Clair on the ball here. Can he make it 2? Oh, just wide from him. Coming alive in the last moments of this game, that's for sure. And last sort of few seconds to see this game out. There it is. We're through against our rivals. Maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. If you look at the stats, 21 shots, 7 on target. So a little bit of a poorer on-target rate there than we normally have. We're normally a little bit better with that. But decent possession, 5 hard chances, 1 clear cut. They only had 1 clear cut chance, so we did nullify them enough, that's for sure. And we'll have to see. I might try this again in the next game and see how it does in 2 games in a row. But to the very least, we are through in the Serie C Cup. So our final game of today's episode then is against Pierluigi Penzo, who are no, that's the stadium. Yeah. Oh, it's there. I'm sure normally it's there. Oh, it's because I normally like this page a little bit better. I like this screen a little bit darker and more like colours. But yeah, we're playing, oh my god, what is with these names? Feral Pizzalo. Yeah, we're playing them anyway. And they're currently 7th in the league, so a bit of a tougher tie. But we're going to stick with this tactic, give it another game, see how it goes or doesn't go. In terms of changes, nothing really, other than Fiordaliso has come back in at that fullback position. And yeah, pretty much everything else is the same. So let's see how we get on. If today is not like an amazing improvement, I think we'll probably just go back to the 4-2-3-1 that we was doing before and just stick that out for the rest of the season, to be honest. It was just, I've been trying to see if there's any way to just get a little bit more efficiency out of the team and not kind of, because it just seemed like we're not utilising the striker and the AMC enough. So I'm just trying to see if there's any other way to make that partnership work better. Oh, come on, boys. We've taken the lead here, 1-0. A bit of a lucky deflection for us, as you'll see in a moment. But Mattia Aramau with his 7th goal of the season, and Mala with the assist here. Delorco cuts inside from the flank, finds Efkan. Brilliant ball to Aramu. He tucks it in for Mala, who tries to shoot. It's blocked and falls perfectly for on-running Aramau to tuck it home to make it 1-0 to Venezia. Oh, that is some bad goalkeeping here. But Mattia Aramau has his 2nd goal of the game, 8th goal of the season. But look at this. Felucci with the ball, throwing rather. Mala with a little cheeky, little, can't really think we could call that. But the ball's played in, and then Forte just absolutely balls us that one up massively. 2-0 Venezia. So that's the game, and you can see by the ratings there, we've played pretty well. 2 assists for Mala, 2 goals for Aramu. Bit of a poor game from Longo. Yet again, he had a couple of good opportunities played through that he missed. If you look at clear cuts, 1, 4 half chances, 14 and 7 for the shots, decent possession. You know, still looking pretty good here, and this was a decent team in sort of 9th position, so, you know, a challenging opposition to take on, and it's worked pretty well. So I think it's a decent tactic, this one. Is it better than the other one? I don't know. I think we're going to go back and play the sort of default one we started off with, the 4-2-3-1, and just maybe give that a few more games to see how things go. But that is going to be it for today's episode, guys. We're just going to do the quick old team tots there. Good win, boys. Well done. Let's have a look at the team, the league. See how things are looking there. You can see Mella on form. Let's give him a little praise. Some good passing from him there. And that's 5 straight wins, which is beautiful to see. If you look at the schedule, then you can see looking pretty good today's episode. A nice bit of green. And obviously, the next round, we do have Reggiana, who are 4th in the Serie C B division. So, again, another tough tie there in the Serie C Cup. And we also do have the Italian Cup coming up soon against top flight opposition in Chievo. Actually, no, Serie B opposition in Chievo. Although they've been relegated recently, that's kind of why I'm getting confused, because I knew there used to be a Serie A side. But yeah, so some tough ties coming up soon. We do have Monza as well in between them games. That is a crucial game with them being up there challenging the top of the table. Anyone in top 5 is going to be big games, and we also have a few others in there. In terms of the league then, you can see top of the league, 14 wins, 1 loss, 35 goal difference, 42 points. We've now opened up again on the rest. You can see Monza, who were sort of neck and neck with us, they've gone a bit of a poor run. They've actually not lost a game. They're just drawing lots and lots of games there. So, a bit of a strange one. They do have a game in hand, so they could close it a little bit. But yeah, looking good so far for our season, guys. Hopefully enjoyed it. If you have, please smash that like button. Drop any comments you do have down below. And as always, I'll catch you soon for the next one.